upgrade I want to do to my 1995 Rav4 is to the sound system. The old system still works, but you can hear it's tired and it needs a bit more zing. So I've got a head unit with Bluetooth so I can play music off my phone. This is a local brand. Some 4-inch Pioneer speakers for the front of the car. That's a Japanese brand. And then another local brand, some 6x9 speakers from Hybrid for the back of the car, just to give it a bit more punch. The first step is to disconnect the battery. As my usual disclaimer, I'm going to just say, don't do anything that I do. The front speakers are hiding behind this groovy door panel. To get to them, you'll need a Phillips screwdriver. First unscrew the bezel cover, then unclip it, unclip this little screw cover, and then remove the remaining 4 screws. This is the actual speed I operate at, no editing required. There is another small panel in the upper corner that unclips and pulls up. Once this is off, the door panel can be unclipped and lifted off. But be careful, the electric window connection wants some attention too. Now we get to the speaker, mounted with 3 screws, which is a problem, because all reasonably priced speakers are mounted with 4 screws. Once the speaker's out, these wires can be cut. The old speaker wires can now be connected to the new speaker wires using solder and heat shrink. Twist the wires together, wipe on some solder, and then insulate with heat shrink. Turn up the heat. You can probably buy a compatible 3-screw speaker mount somewhere, but where's the fun in that? I've used 2mm wood panels and a pen to copy the outline of the old speaker and the outline of the new speaker. The wood is thin enough to cut with a blade, and you can take off the rough edges with sandpaper. Do that twice and epoxy them together. For a third layer that fits snugly around the speaker, I've found a thin sheet of old plastic cutting board. It is surprisingly easy to cut a cutting board. That goes on after some more epoxy, and the new speaker mount is left to cure for about 15 minutes. After marking the spots for the screws, I'm going to drill holes and then give it a coat of black spray paint. The custom speaker mount fits like a glove. Once that is on, I'm going to plug in the new Pioneer speaker and screw it in place. Well, that is not going anywhere. There is one more thing to do before putting the door panel back in place. This pesky plastic rim must be removed. Adios. Moving to the rear of the vehicle, a previous owner had already installed 6x9-inch speakers in this toolbox area, which sits just above where the original speakers are. This is convenient because I just have to replace the old broken speakers with the new ones. The toolbox area is perfect for storing tools, smuggling contraband, or upgrading your sound system. The old speaker is exactly the same size as the new one, so I can just undo the 4 screws, pull it out, plonk the new one in, screw it, plug in the negative and positive wires, put the cover on, and then we're good to go. Next, I'll move to the head unit. The Rav4 comes with a standard single DIN unit. This is not the original. It would have been a tape deck. I have no nostalgia for CD players or tape decks, so I'm going to take out this old Sony. This is a single DIN unit. That's a size measurement. You either get single or double DIN. The Rav4 comes with a single DIN. It stands for Deutsche Industrie Normen, from when the Germans first standardized the size of the head units. So I have gone with one that's Bluetooth compatible, so I can connect to my phone. It had good reviews online, and I think I just got this on Take-A-Lot. So it wasn't expensive. Nice upgrade. Once you've taken the face off the head unit, you can take off the plastic trimming around the side just by unclipping it. And then you have these pins. They're almost like keys that slot in on either side of the head unit to release it. And then the whole unit can just slide out. I'm going to have to pull it out, but those keys release the whole unit. You can see it slides out now. This is what it looks like when the head unit is pulled out. I'm going to wire up the new head unit in exactly the same way as the old one was, with the same color configuration. And this in the corner is the radio antenna, which goes in here, and this gives me a nice diagram for everything. But these seem pretty obvious. The yellow was for the positive pole power. The black is for the negative pole. You can see it says chassis ground 12 volt negative. The red is for the ignition. The orange is for the illumination, which I don't need in my head unit, so I just close that off. The automatic antenna control was the blue. And then these other 8 wires are just for the negative and positive poles for the left and right, front and back speakers. So that's why the 8 of them, just need to match them up. And then we're done. The new head unit is almost ready to go in. I've reconnected the harness and strapped up the connections with this insulation tape so they don't move about. This will plug into the new head unit. I have first taken out the old shell cover, and I'm going to put in this new shell cover, push up these clips, and then plug in the head units. Everything's plugged in, looking good to go. Reconnect. Let's turn it on, see if it works. Voila!